Hey guys, SpiderBite here, and I'm going to talk about a game that I haven't talked about in some time that's coming out on November 6th. It is an Xbox 360 exclusive, Halo 4. And the thing that interested me, I've seen stuff appear here and there. They actually have the achievement list that I'm going to talk about just a little bit, but some information came out late last night on the campaign and the Halo 4 Prometheans. And I'm going to give you a bit of warning. This video will probably contain spoilers for Halo 4, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then turn this video off now. And if you do, yeah, let's go! So I'm just going to look at the achievements here for a second. There are a couple of achievements. Number one that I want to talk about specifically is the Legend of 117, which is complete the campaign on legendary difficulty. And there's a lone wolf legend, complete the campaign solo on legendary difficulty, and there's also a one called Bromageddon. And thankfully, it's not legendary difficulty, but you have to complete the campaign cooperatively on heroic or harder. So you're gonna have to play through this game several times on your own and or with a partner. Presumably, I'm not sure if it's a 2-player, 3-player, 4-player, but regardless, you got to play it cooperatively in heroic or harder if you want 100% achievements on this game. Now, that's not the fun part, and I'm gonna go back to Halo Reach, and I didn't. I'll tell you. I didn't play Halo 1, 2, and 3. I played Reach, and I absolutely loved the campaign. I loved it, and it was one of those games when you're playing on legendary difficulty. It was actually difficult. It wasn't difficult because typically in COD games, they're spamming frags, they're spamming enemies, and unless you push up, there's just more and more and more guys to shoot at. It was just difficult. The Covenant enemies just thought about things a little bit more. Like there was more AI involved in it. And from what I'm reading in this article, I will link you to an article that actually links to several of them, or I'm just going to link you to this one from Halo Cancel, which actually goes into some detail. But it's the Prometheans, and the Prometheans were actually part of the Halo history, although we never actually fought them in previous Halo games. And they wanted 343 wanted to bring these guys out, wanted to change things up. They've added units here and there in the Halo games, but they've never actually added a whole class of enemies, a new class of enemies until now. And these Prometheans look pretty damn badass. So let's start taking a look at these guys. And I think it's going to make Halo 4 Legendary extremely difficult, which is great because I think games nowadays, and most of them, outside of like games like Dark Souls, for instance, really cater to, let's make it easy for people to get 100% achievements or 100% trophies. I think Gears 3 was actually pretty difficult as well. So I'm all for that, additional level of difficulty. And I will say Reach was not too bad, but there were several spots, and I remember distinctly some of these spots where, man, it was brutal. It was really, really brutal, and it took me hours to get through a couple of points or a couple of spots in that campaign, and it looks like it may even be more difficult in Halo 4. So the first thing we're going to look at is the Knight, the Promethean Force, the Knight. The captains of the Promethean Force, the autonomous and intelligent knights, are ancient warriors tasked with defending the artificial world called Requiem. An encounter with a single knight can turn deadly as they systematically bring more enemies into the fight. Knights wield weapons like the suppressor and light rifle. So these guys can actually call in other units and will probably, from this description in the article that's attached with these images, that they'll actually hang back, they'll snipe you from distance while calling in other units, and the other units in the Promethean Force actually complement the Knight and provide additional abilities. Like they can actually revive the Knight. If you down him, they can get him back up, basically. The Knight Lancer, utilized primarily as scouts and marksmen. Lancers are extremely accurate even at a great distance. Among their many skills, Lancers utilize Promethean vision. This is interesting. They'll utilize Promethean vision to track targets even when they're behind solid objects. You think you can just go hide behind a wall or a pillar when your shields are down to try and get some breathing room? No way, man. These guys are going to be able to track you. It's going to be crazy. The Knight Commander. As the name suggests, Knight Commanders lead groups of knights. Commanders have the formidable combat skills of a normal knight and can also wield incineration cannons, don stronger armor, and deploy floating auto-sentry turrets. Now that guy sounds like a badass. The Knight Battle Wagon. Rare but incredibly dangerous, Knight Battle Wagons are deployed when other Promethean forces have failed. Their huge metal frames are draped in heavy armor and hard light shielding, and these deadly combatants are capable of deploying their own auto-sentries. Even getting close to a battle wagon is a challenge. That's especially true as the robotic Promethean uses its scatter shot against approaching threats. Wow, okay. The Watcher. These flying robotic creatures emerge from the armored shell of knights. Once active, they can resurrect knights, see what I mean? Summon crawlers from the bowels of Requiem, create shields to protect other Prometheans, or attack using their most common armament, a bolt shot. The Crawler Snipe. The most common Prometheans on Requiem are the Crawlers. Crawlers are extremely agile and move in packs. They can swarm an enemy and tear them to pieces or utilize a bolt shot from a distance. The Crawler. So this is the regular Crawler, I guess. The most common Prometheans on Requiem are the Crawlers. Crawlers are extremely agile and move in packs. They can swarm an enemy and tear them to pieces or utilize a bolt shot from a distance. And there was a description of these guys, again, when you're trying to hide behind cover. These guys will climb over obstacles. They'll come down vertically. They'll be like above you. You know, you're hiding behind a pillar. All of a sudden they're coming down above your head. Yeah, it sounds pretty insane. The Alpha Crawler. More dangerous than the standard variety, the Alpha leads packs of crawlers into battle. Luckily, Alphas can be identified by the series of hard light spikes along their head and back. This unit uses suppressors as a ranged weapon. So those are all the ones detailed. I'm not sure if that is an exhaustive list of the Promethean force. It quite possibly is, but it sounds pretty badass. And they also talk about, in the article part of it, that it's not even the Prometheans that are really going to throw a wrench into the thing. And I think initially in the gameplay you're going to go up against the Covenant, and then the Prometheans are going to be introduced. And they go on to say that it's when the Prometheans and the Covenant combine forces that you're really going to be fucked. Well, okay, they didn't say that exactly in those words, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So man, this game is, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be pretty crazy. So let's take a look at the Promethean army, basically the weapons that were detailed in this article as well. Binary rifle, the Z750, I like Z, okay? The Z750 special application sniper rifle includes 2 core-mounted particle accelerators with unparalleled stopping power to bring down distant foes with one shot. Oh yeah. The incineration cannon. The anti-material Z390 high explosive munitions rifle fires several streams of explosive particles along multiple paths that detonate and spread on impact, mixing traits of a rocket launcher, shotgun, and flamethrower. It's a highly destructive weapon. No shit. The light rifle. The Z250 is comparable to both the human DMR and battle rifle, allowing for burst fire when shot from the hip and precision targeting when scoped. That's pretty cool. The scatter shot, a shotgun with ricocheting shot, has terrifying killing potential, and that's why the Z180 close combat rifle gained popularity in the latter part of the Forerunner War against the Flood. The suppressor. The automatic fire of the Z-130 suppressor made the weapon a favorite for Forerunner troops fighting against the Flood. The weapon fires bolts of charged hard light that pierce and destroy organic material of any type. The bolt shot, there's a couple more here. Bolt shot, the Z-110 directed energy pistol is designed as a close-range precision weapon that devastates organic matter. Historically, the bolt shot came into use at the end of the first century of conflict between the Forerunners and the Flood and remained in use until the war ended 2 centuries later. And then finally, the pulse grenade. It's hard to overstate the strategic potential of the Z040 attenuation field generator. The grenade creates an area effect that slows vehicles and damages both shields and health. The pulse grenade is ideal for clearing enemies from cover and can reshape the layout of a battle. So honestly, this freaking Legendary is going to be insane. And from the sounds of it, and I think that's what they're striving for. As you read that the article and how they're describing, not only the Promethean forces and how they can impact the battle, but also the combination of the Prometheans and the Covenant. You can imagine if they wanted to make this freaking game difficult, they can make it difficult, and it sounds like that's exactly what they're trying to do. So it's going to be a very very difficult legendary campaign, way more so than Reach, and possibly way more so than any other Halo that anybody has seen to date. So that's pretty cool. I know. I thought it was pretty cool reading the article and looking at the Promethean forces, and 343. I mean, they've been behind Halo forever, and they're taking it on themselves here. And most of these guys, a lot of these guys, are from Bungie, and I think they're really going to do a good job with this. At least from what I've seen, they're going to do a really good job of this, both from a campaign perspective and let's hope and cross our fingers from a multiplayer perspective. Yeah, I don't know. And it comes out on November 6th, so it's gonna be tough for me, guys. I mean, I'm gonna try and do what I can, but you guys know that Black Ops 2 is the primary game for us here at NGT. So we definitely are going to hit that full force. I'll try to do what I can with Halo 4, and we'll just see how it goes. All right. That's all I can promise you at this point. But I definitely want to play through that campaign, and I thought the Reaches campaign was really, really good. So here's looking to see Halo 4 being even better. That's it for now. Hope you like the info. I'm Spider, and I'm out.